Well, thanks for tuning in again. If you are new, we are Colleen and Nate, and this is Navigate with Us.
Yes, Navigate with Us. We just redid the intro. Colleen's like, we need to get a better intro here. So if you have a suggestion on what our intro should be, please leave a comment down below, because I can't figure it out.
Well, I think we just keep saying, we're back! We're back!
Well, because we are back.
I know. Well, it's if we stay consistent with every 2 weeks, then it shouldn't be a surprise when we're back.
Okay, so we're not back. It's just a little longer than 2 weeks, but because we did have to go through a hurricane.
Technically 2 hurricanes. We had Helene followed by Milton. So it's been a rough couple of weeks. I mean, granted, we are very fortunate compared to some of our neighbors up north, but we still have to prepare as if we're going to get a direct impact and hope and pray that's not the case, but it just means that someone else is going to get it, which is very sad.
Yeah. So if you are looking to donate, we'll leave a couple of links down below, but I think Samaritan's Purse is one. Again, do your own due diligence before you donate any money to any type of organization. But these are just organizations that, from our experience in Florida, that we've seen on the ground. And what's the other one? The World Kitchen?
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
I think it is called that, yes.
Yeah.
We can add some links to the bottom of this podcast.
Yeah, because both Sarasota, Siesta Key area hit really hard. And then obviously up in the Carolinas, they're still reeling. So a lot of people need some help. I know it's the holidays coming up soon. So if you can, but we'll leave some links down in our description today of a couple different charities that we've actually seen firsthand on the ground here in Southwest Florida before, when we've had some direct hits.
Yes. So we are fortunate. I think we're hopefully nearing the end of hurricane season. There's been 2 that just popped up over this weekend, Nadine and Oscar, but no direct impacts to continental U.S. So thank goodness.
No more hurricanes.
We're done. Because you know what that means, Nate? No more hurricanes means start of cruise season again.
Yeah, technically you can cruise all year long.
You can.
We've typically avoided summertime cruising, though. Some people, did you know that summertime is actually the most popular time of year for cruising?
I can imagine, kids are, if you've got families, kids are on, summer break. I think it's hot in Florida. I can't imagine going further south.
Yeah, but it's cold other places and the weather's not super. Right, we come from New England. Summers can be nice, but they can also be awful.
True. It's hit or miss.
So, but it's not all doom and gloom. So yes, cruise season. So the first thing, actually, we have a couple things on the agenda today. So we're going to be talking about a lot of Royal Caribbean news, some Royal Caribbean up to shenanigans as usual, and then, but we have some good news. So we have hit 3,000 subscribers. That's what we're going to start with today.
I think that's pretty exciting. So this happened amidst all the hurricane shenanigans going on and prepping and whatnot. And I just happened to look and saw we had hit 3,000. So
I wanted to wait a little bit, right? Because it goes 3,000 and then someone unsubscribes and then it's like
2,999. So close. But I can't say enough. I think we have an amazing community that we have started to develop, and we've had some OGs that have been supporting us from
2019.
I know, when we first started this.
Yeah, December of 2019. What a good time to start a travel vlog. I couldn't think of a better time in December of 2019.
I know. Little did we know. So, we took a couple land vacations and we recorded those. But, I think at the end of the day, our heart and soul is definitely in cruising. And so we kind of navigated.
Our number of views would also say the same, that our audience's soul is in cruising as well, too. So very exciting.
Yes. And for some of you that may be new to subscribing to Navigate with Colleen and Nate and listening to our Navigate with Us podcast, I am a full-time wheelchair user, and I think that was a little bit part of the reason why we actually formed this YouTube channel, because we knew how much it took for planning and organizing and calling ahead to understand different accessible accommodations just to make sure things would work for me. And we realized that, if we can kind of put this out there, including some videos and pictures to give, folks a sense to understand if it's going to accommodate with them.
Yeah, even today, which will take us into this topics too in a couple of minutes, but just finding details about accessible rooms on ships is a bit of a art. And so I would encourage everybody, there's actually, if you're out there, just shoot a room tour video. If you happen to be in an accessible room, you don't have to be a professional. Just take your time. So a couple things. First thing, camera horizontal. All right. So camera horizontal. Second thing is move slowly. You're better moving slower than you are moving faster. Because
I get motion sickness, people. So when you start whipping that camera around, I'm like, oh, I just want to fast forward.
So our challenge for everyone, 2025, is get out there, shoot if you go into an accessible room, and even whether you needed it or not, maybe you got put in it because you got an upgrade or something, and that was an open room. But don't book accessible rooms if you don't need them. So I'm not saying go book accessible rooms to take videos.
I was going to say, Nate, we just went over this today.
Well, yeah, we found a video today and the woman was like, if you want to get a larger cabin, book an accessible. I'm like, what? She tried to clarify that it was like they put her in there because it was during COVID times, but she then put in her description how to get a larger room.
Yes. And you have to attest with most cruise lines that you actually need the accessible cabin. I was outraged, I'll be quite honest, because we already have to book almost 2 years in advance before we're going to sail just to be able to get the cabin and location that we're looking for. And this cannot be a rampant issue. I hope people are considerate and understanding and only book it when they need it.
Yeah, if you book an accessible room and you don't need an accessible room, you're going to HE double hockey stick land. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's as Christian as I can put it there. But yeah, so we're going on 5 years then of this channel, half a decade of shenanigans.
Yes. And I love that the channel isn't all about accessibility too. Like, we are just a couple that loves to travel. We've been married over 15 years now, and no children. So for us, our passion and how we enjoy spending our free time is traveling. And so it's just been, I think, a great marriage of our hobby.
It's been a great marriage. I hope it's been a great marriage.
I would say, okay.
She's given me the 20-year trial. She's just now, it's been a pretty good marriage. It's okay.
A what?
No, that's what you're saying. You're saying
no, I'm saying it's been a fantastic marriage. He's getting me, guys. He's getting me. But just a marrying of our passion for travel and then showcasing accessibility. So I think we've gotten a lot of comments over the years for people that aren't in wheelchairs, aren't disabled, and they appreciate kind of seeing from our standpoint.
Yeah, I would agree, and. It's a lot of education still needed, though, out there. But the cruise lines are getting better. Travel places are getting better. But it's just going to be a slow roll, and the world's slowly getting more accessible as they realize that people with disabilities actually have money to spend and actually want to go see places. And if you make it accessible, they will take their money and they will spend it with you. So
yes.
So thank you to everybody who's watched us and tuned in. I'm going to look right in the camera. I'm going to break the third wall right now. And thank you very much. It means a lot to us. We're a small but mighty channel, and all of you are a big part of that. So thank you so much. And with that, on to topic 2, which Colleen, I think before we got on air, was a little annoyed with how we've spent the morning. She referred to it as a time suck.
Well, so we have quite a few cruises lined up over the next several months, but we were trying to squeeze one other cruise in. So it just sort of spiraled.
The horrible problems we have. We have the means and ability to squeeze in another cruise, but yet we're struggling here.
I know.
But there are some conditions as to why we're struggling.
Yes. So do we want to talk about some of our upcoming trips, or do we want to leave it more for Navigate with Colleen and Nate?
Oh.
Do we want to dangle the carrot?
Well, we do have some trips. So let's go over upcoming trips. But let's resolve the whole issue with our next cruise that we're trying to figure out.
Okay.
So what?
It's not resolved, first of all.
It's not resolved. All right. So here's the conditions, right? We need to go on a different cruise line. So next year, actually, so this will kind of bleed into next. So next year, we're going to be doing a new cruise line for us. We're going to be doing Princess cruises. We're going to be going on the Sun Princess, which we're very excited about. But on top of that, so we've been on NCL, we've been on a ton of Royal, a ton of Celebrity, Virgin Voyages.
Yep.
Right. Then we'll be going on Princess. So we want to hit a few more cruise lines to take you all along. And this is where we need people's help. Even though we're travel advisors and we should be able to figure this out ourselves.
It's just there's too much to choose from, so I need a little pointing in the direction.
Okay. So we're going to ask all of you to give us, so we have it kind of narrowed down, though I say now we don't. So I think that the choices are, we're going to be looking at Holland America.
Yes.
Carnival.
Yes.
You sure about that? You said that very slow.
Yeah. I mean, if that's
don't make the Carnival people mad, Colleen.
I know. And you know what? I went on Carnival when I was a child with my parents, and I loved it. I just don't know if I'm going to love it now, but I am open to it if that's what the folks want to see.
Yep. So we have Holland, Carnival. I don't think this one we can work out next year. It's Explora Journeys, which is kind of a luxury ship, but it's something that I'm very much we may be able to get a tour of the ship this winter. So we're on the wait list right now, and we have to see if it will work with our calendar. So that might have to be, but so Explorer was one, but then I think now, who else have we added? MSC?
I think MSC. I think we would probably do MSC Yacht Club.
The Yacht Club. I'm only going to go on MSC if I can do the Yacht Club.
You saying I'm bougie, Nate?
Jives, can you please book me a room aboard the MSC Yacht Club?
For everyone's awareness, I never use the butler. I don't understand that part, but it's more for the food. The food looks really good in the Yacht Club. That's all I.
Yeah, I have heard good things about it. So okay, so we have MSC with the asterisk of it has to be the Yacht Club, or Colleen's not going to go. I'll go. Colleen won't go. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to leave Colleen behind. Okay, so was that it?
That was it.
That was it. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. We're not doing it by popular vote. This is not a democracy. But if you want to leave a comment down below of those options, so Holland America, Carnival, thank you. That's a little slow. Carnival, MSC, or Explora Journeys.
Yes.
Which one do you want to see us on next, or which one is your favorite and why?
Yes, so we need the why. You need to sell me, people. I need to be sold on why I should spend my hard-earned money on this particular cruise line.
Yeah, so it's going to be two parts. A, so that we can continue to take you all along on the trip, but B, also because we run a travel business now, so we need to get out there and get on some stuff. So more to come on that. I have no idea if we'll be able to figure this out, but enough about us. And so upcoming trips, Colleen, where are we going next though?
So we have Celebrity Apex coming up. That's going to be more of a family trip and a little bit less vlogging, but we'll maybe do some shorts here and there.
There'll be a little bit. I think I'm going to take the camera.
I was going to say, what is Nate going to do all day? He's so used to running around the ship.
Take a nap. That's what I'm going to do all day.
This will be a surprise if he does. All right, so after that, we have Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady for New Year's Eve.
Whoop, whoop. And that's the other thing. I am going to get some more tattoos. So I'm thinking, so I have my tattoo from last time, which I don't know if I can get the camera to see that. I have my mermaid tattoo, and I think I'm going to be doing a Kraken.
I had to ask what a Kraken was.
or at least you don't remember Clash of the Titans? Or at least the Kraken.
When you say it like that, I think I do. But I think that would be cool.
Yeah. So I think that's what my next tattoo is going to be.
Okay.
On board. Okay, so
moving on. Nate.
Next.
So next then we are heading out to Alaska. I am very, very excited. We are going to be on Celebrity Edge, sticking with our celebrity. We know what we're going to get, and we are excited to go explore some cold weather temps. I've got all my bundled up gear, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, I know Celebrity's not like the probably number one cruise line for Alaska, but for me, being on a luxury ship, I don't know, it seemed maybe I got my priorities wrong, but it's like they all go to the same ports and everything.
Right.
So I just kind of figured we really like Celebrity. Why not go on a line that we really like? Though I guess now that we're talking about, we should have gone on other lines. But
That's okay. You know what? There's an excuse for us to go back. We have talked about maybe doing the land and sea option at some point for Alaska. So maybe we'll take up Holland or Princess to do that.
yeah. And then after that, we have Sun Princess.
Yes.
Sun Princess, which will be new for us. We're excited about the Sun Princess. It looks like a very cool contemporary ship.
Yes.
And then after that, we have the brand new. We booked this sight unseen because they've released zero details about it. They've
Nothing.
it's like trust me, bro. Right?
It's going to be great. You're going to love it. It's different, but we're not going to tell you anything about it.
We're not telling anyone anything. We just expect you to book it. But Celebrity Excel,
Yes.
which is going to, I don't know, do something magical.
And just to clarify, not the inaugural sailing of that. We're doing another.
No, we're going to do like the 6th or 7th sailing. It's not too many.
Yeah, it's a few in.
Yeah, it's a few in.
Yeah.
But well, I don't know. It could be, we don't know what to expect because they haven't given us any details.
I know.
So stay tuned.
TBD for everyone.
Yep. So we've got to find another cruise though. That's not enough for next year. I need more. I want it all.
I have to rewrite my 3-year PTO plan of how I'm taking my time off.
I know. You guys need to book some more cruises so Colleen can become a TA full-time, travel advisor full-time. So cruiseplanners.southflorida.com. Okay. Yeah, so that's our schedule coming up. So definitely keep it here to the channel. And thank you again for everybody who's tuned in over the years. So with that, let's jump into some cruise news without our views. No, I'll give you our views too. So Colleen, what do you think of Perfect Day at Coco Cay?
I love it. It is my favorite, I would say, cruise private island out there. And we've been to a few.
Yeah.
But Coco Cay, I love. I love that there's all the different sections that you can do free and cheap and still have a great experience. You can do some upgrades, do adult only, the Coco Beach Club. So it's a little bit for everyone.
Right. Now that you've sold everyone on Perfect Day at Coco
know.
What are you doing in 2027?
I don't know, Nate. I don't think cruises are open that far out
Well,
yet.
we're going to have to figure it out because Perfect Day at Coco Cay, it's going to be Perfect Day Mexico.
Ooh. So
find
like a separate island, a new island?
So this is okay, so let me just read the press. This is the press release, official
Okay.
Miami.
Okay.
Royal Caribbean has unveiled its plans to mark next bold adventure innovations with debut of Perfect Day Mexico. In 2027, vacationers can set their sights on Mexico's popular Caribbean coast in Mahahual.
Why don't you comment below if Nate butchered that?
For what will be a slice of paradise that combines Royal Caribbean's adrenaline-pumping thrills, waves chills with the vibrancy and beauty of Mexico. So basically what they say here, they go on, this is going to be for Western Caribbean tours, and it's going to have a lot of similar things. So it's going to have locally inspired twist across the design, flavors, and spirit. There's going to be more reveal, but there's going to be a new water park, new jaw-dropping pools, beaches, restaurants, bars, music, and again, focused on that. So I guess the question is, this is also compounded by, a couple different things that are going to be going on too. So they had the Hideaway Beach Club that opened in 2024.
Right.
The Royal Beach Club collection, I don't think I've heard about this, will debut in 2025 with the Royal Beach Club Paradise Island in the Bahamas. Is that the new strip there? There's like
I don't know.
Yeah, so the Royal Beach Club in Paradise Islands. I think that's the one in the Bahamas that's near Atlantis, and Atlantis is all upset.
Oh, yes. I think you're right.
Yes. And the Royal Beach Club Cozumel 2026, though it said 2027 at the top. So this is like just or is that different? So there's a Royal Beach Club Cozumel in 2026.
Wow.
And a Perfect Day Mexico in 2027. Man, I can't keep up with Royal.
I know. Between the new ships that they're constantly releasing, the new venues within the ships, the new design, and now we've got new islands. This is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of stuff coming out. So I guess the question though is a lot of people feel like it's kind of like when you go on a cruise now, do you really get to experience local culture, or are you just going from one theme park to another?
I can definitely see how people feel that. I would say from like the accessibility standpoint, I really love it because it is an opportunity to kind of get off the ship and know that there's restrooms available. We have done some local tours before that supposedly were accessible in Cozumel, and it's just, the standards of ADA are not necessarily adhered to, and understandably so. It's Mexico, but yeah, it just gives a little bit more of a comfort and security of getting around.
Yeah. So yeah, the Royal Beach Club is different. It's a different thing. Yeah. So Cozumel marks the spot. Royal Caribbean announces new Royal Beach Club in Mexico. And that's going to be opened up in 2026. So,
well, Nate, you're going to need to get this all straight, and we're going to have to go back on Royal. Ooh, next question. Do we do Icon of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, or Utopia of the Seas?
Well, I think it all depends which ones are going to Western.
Probably not Utopia is my guess. Because that would be...
That's way up in Orlando. So I don't think that's an option. So it's probably going to be sailings out of Miami.
That's my guess.
If I was going to guess. But
7-day cruises, probably.
Yeah, 7-day cruises.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of stop. I mean, I guess now in theory, you could hit a couple of these beach clubs along the way.
I know.
What about a cruise? Oh, are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking?
Yes, I think we are.
Okay, what are you thinking then? I'll tell you what I'm thinking.
Okay. That we're going to have, that Royal's going to release a cruise itinerary that is just all their private islands.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. That would be...
Call us Royal.
That would be epic. That would be so epic.
It would.
Royal Caribbean, we trademarked that, so you can't do it anymore. So you're going to have to pay us.
Royalties.
Royalties. Yeah, what would you call that though?
Maybe just the Perfect Day Cruise or something, or
the
perfect cruise.
Oh man, what are we doing?
Jinx.
We're like missing our calling.
I know.
Here, the perfect cruise.
Yeah.
So you go to all these different places. So you go to the beach club in Cozumel.
Yeah.
You'll go to the new place that I was just talking about, Perfect Day Mexico.
Royal. Yeah.
Right, and then you'll do Labadee.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yep, you do Labadee, and then you go up to Perfect Day Coco Cay.
Okay.
I think I got... Oh, no, and then the new one in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could do that.
You could absolutely do that.
Figure that out.
Love it.
Man, we're just inventing stuff here. Well, what about... So, some more Royal Caribbean news. So again, lots of new private islands to visit for Royal Caribbean. But have you heard about Royal Caribbean's secret cruise port?
The only reason I have is because you told me about it already.
Okay, so had you heard about it before I told you about it?
I had not. You had broke the news to me.
Yeah, so Royal Caribbean's building a new cruise port in Juneau. But guess who didn't know?
The people of Juneau.
The people of Juneau.
Surprise!
So this comes from Sea Trade Cruise News. If you want to go check that out. Gold Belt Royal Caribbean plan Juneau cruise port, and Juneau just learned of it. What? That's kind of like embarrassing.
I know. You would think there'd still be some sort of like, I don't know, city requirements that need some paperwork or something.
So Gold Belt Inc. and Royal Caribbean aim to develop a new Juneau cruise port on Douglas Island. They say would ease congestion downtown. So one of the things is that, so this is why they didn't need permission. It would be situated on Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act land with preliminary designs for 2 floating berths overlooking Chilkat Range. Passengers would arrive at a recreated 1800s Alaskan Native, Linget Village to experience Gold Belt shareholders' ancestral history through stories, arts, songs, dance, and traditional foods. So obviously this is a win for the tribal people of that area, but
Yes.
the people of Juneau, Alaska, not so much.
They're going to be missing out on some port fees and other fees that are going to get collected, but that's great. I mean, at least there's some space, because I think downtown Juneau area where those cruise docks have been situated, they're pretty maxed out. So this is nice. There'll be more options too for other royal ships to pull in.
Yeah, I think the other thing is that there was a proposal on the ballot that would have banned cruise ships from coming in on Saturdays.
Oh.
So I wonder if this was a preliminary move by Royal. Maybe they were worried that that was actually going to happen and that was going to limit their ability to access Juneau, because, again, I don't think Juneau has any say over these native lands.
Right. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, but the people aren't happy there. So, I mean,
Of course they are.
Yeah. So, Pierce, I don't know who. Oh, so the Juneau Visitor Industry Director, Alexandra Pierce, said the project came as a surprise. Quote, unquote, "We were blindsided by this," Pierce told Sea Trade Cruise News. "We were unaware of this plan and are disappointed they didn't bring the city in earlier in this process. It is a major development that fundamentally changes things for our community. There needs to be public process," but I guess there doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, either way, it's going to probably bring in jobs and help with the economy. And I think that's probably a great thing. But yeah, there's obviously a reason Royal went about it the way that they did. And I can guess a few reasons.
Yeah. Well, obviously, they would probably someone probably would have tried to put the kibosh on it. So they don't want the word getting out. But I guess that ship has sailed. LOL. LOL. All right. Let's wrap up things today. I think we do have enough time. We were talking about, we got enough time for this short little segment.
Okay, sure.
Here.
Roll with it, Nate.
Just going to keep going with it, right? We got to give the people, I feel like we have to give people 30 minutes. If I don't give you 30 minutes, like it's a commute podcast, right?
Right. I was going to say they're probably driving somewhere that is, you can't really, I guess you can go to the grocery store in probably 10 minutes, but this will get you to the grocery store, back, maybe like while you're getting the groceries out of the car. Yeah. 30 minutes max.
Yeah. Well, minimum.
Min.
Oh, okay. Min. Okay. So this is from Forbes magazine. So if you want to check out Forbes, the 15 safest countries to travel ranked in a new report. I think according to a recent report from the UN Tourism Organization, did you know the UN had a tourism organization?
I did not. That's fascinating.
That's fascinating. So they've listed what they say are the 15 safest areas, safest countries. So we'll run through these real quick. So what do you think is number 15?
Oh, I knew you'd make me guess. Oh, goodness. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with... Greece?
No. Greece isn't even on the list.
Okay.
So Sweden comes in at number 15.
Okay.
Followed by the Netherlands.
Okay.
The Netherlands is very safe. You do have to be a little careful though of the pickpocketers.
Yep.
Or the people just steal your stuff in the Netherlands. So that's everywhere in the world, but especially in the Netherlands. United Kingdom, which I actually was surprised by that because there's been a lot of stuff going on in the United Kingdom lately.
So I guess did they talk about how they determined it? Is it like
I think they put the names in a hat. Just
is it like number of crime incidences over per square miles of a country?
Well, I think it's like a bunch of, okay, so let me give you all the different categories. So I think one aspect was violent crime.
Okay.
One was safest from terrorism. One was for transportation safety, for health measures, right? So I guess they're keeping stuff clean. Safest countries for women, LGBTQA plus travelers, and people of color. And safest, this is just the Hall of Fame. So I think it was all those kind of different
subcategories
that kind of like
in. Okay.
Yeah, that rolled in that. All right. So
how about you give like the top 3? I'm very curious there.
Well, what do you think the number one? What do you think the topest? The topest.
The topest.
The tappest. What's the safest country?
I'm gonna go with Spain.
No, but Spain is on the list at number 12.
Okay.
Try again.
Switzerland.
Switzerland is on the list at number 5. So
Okay. I'm getting warmer. Portugal.
Portugal's on the list at number 11. So number 1, everyone in the audience is like, just tell us.
Seriously.
So number 1 is Iceland.
Okay.
I mean, there's nobody there to have crime, you have to have criminals. And there's like 5 people in Iceland.
No.
They all know each other.
That's a tough environment to live in.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I think it's, probably because it is sparsely, not a lot of people there. And to your point, right? I mean, if you steal something, where are you going to run to?
Right. You're on an island.
Yeah. Number 2 is Australia.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. That was
Why?
a surprise.
Why? Just because they like the violent rugby down in Australia?
No, I was thinking it would be probably a small country like in Iceland or.
Well, I mean, again, though, Australia is a big country landmass, but not
True.
population.
True. There's a lot of areas where the kangaroos live.
Just look out for the dingoes.
Yes. I was thinking of that word. I was like, kangaroos? No, dingo.
The dingo ate your baby.
The dingo. Okay, number 2.
That was number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then number 3 was Canada.
Okay.
Though I don't know, man. Have you seen those Canadian drivers after they get hopped up on some Tim Hortons there?
Lots of horn beeping and swerving.
No, the Canadians are really friendly. Remember that show Kids in the Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the skit where the Canadians are trying to like go through the door and there's like, no, after you, like very polite. Like,
Okay, I can't say I'm that big of a fan of that show.
If you like Kids in the Hall, leave a comment down below. So a great comedy sketch show. Yeah. So followed by Ireland, Switzerland, New Zealand, Germany, Norway, Japan, Denmark, Portugal, Spain, United Kingdom, Netherlands, Sweden. So there you go. There's the 15.
Okay.
So where are you going to head to now?
I think maybe Canada. That's an easy one.
Ooh, we are going to Canada.
Technically, yeah, for like 3 hours on the cruise.
Yeah, but we can get off the cruise in Victoria and know that we will be safe.
Yes.
The number 3 safest country.
I know. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. So there you go. So if you're looking to plan some travel and safety is a concern, there you go. But that's going to do it for us this week.
Yes.
So thank you again. 3,000 subscribe. And if you're not subscribed and you watch this to this point, then I would question what
Bless
are we
your
doing?
heart.
Thank you very much. But I would say at this point, like, what are you waiting for? Just click the subscribe button. It doesn't, I know we have to say this, it doesn't cost anything. So if you're subscribing on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube, you just get notified when our videos come online. So you can check out what we're up to. Again, we have the podcast, we have the vlogs, we have other sorts of random stuff. So again, please leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Again, we need to figure out what cruise line we're going to go on.
Yes.
And we didn't end very well. Help us. Help me, please. Yeah, I'm going to be in big trouble if we don't figure this out soon. So again, thank you for watching in. We appreciate it. And as always, we remind you to
navigate your world.